Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, SPY, sqqq, Bitcoin, NASDAQ, and more. This is going to be your daily update and prediction, giving you guys all the information that you need to know for the rest of the week and then what's going on tomorrow. We're going to be looking at our favorite meme stocks in the overall stock market and the cryptocurrency market. These are my favorite assets that I like to play with. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them as well. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, so we can start getting this bag, securing this money, and getting this cake, and getting ready for the future. Let's go. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC, GME, and the SPY. This is your daily update and prediction. We're also going to be looking at sqqq and Bitcoin as well in this video. I just want to start off by saying this video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. Now, first thing I want to point out real quick is just Bitcoin. We're going to briefly look over Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in a bull flag, guys. This is a massive bull flag for Bitcoin. Possibly about to see a nice pop to the upside before an overall pullback. And then finding support and then continuing up. Bitcoin is definitely showing more and more strength each day, and there's also rumors going around that there is going to be a Bitcoin ETF approved. There's a lot more things showing that this rumor is actually true, and we are actually going to see that Bitcoin ETF. So I am looking out for that Bitcoin ETF, and if we were to see something like that pop off, you would see a massive move in Bitcoin. I also want to show just on the macro time frames, which is the more important time frames, the things that we are seeing. So if you go ahead and look at the weekly time frame, we do have a green weekly MACD. Now RSI is overbought on the weekly time frame, so that is something you want to keep in mind. If you look on the monthly time frame, we do have a monthly MACD as well, which is green, and these are all very, very bullish signals on the larger time frames, and this is why I do think we're going to head into a bull run in 2024, and it's becoming more and more evident that that is the case as we started to build our base, and now we are starting to move up in a steady uptrend, getting ready to take out our higher highs later down the road. Now, if we go ahead and pop on the super trend, you guys will see that we also have a buy signal on the weekly time frame as well, and these normally correlate with massive moves. In Bitcoin, it correlated with this move, it correlated with this move, it correlated with this move, and these are all massive pumps for Bitcoin back in the history of Bitcoin's bull runs. These weekly buy signals normally correlated with a bull run, and we do have a weekly buy signal, and especially this monthly MACD flip is also correlated with Bitcoin bull runs. You guys can see each time we had a monthly MACD of green, we've had one of those rallies as well, and these were the three previous Bitcoin bull runs, this one, and this one. Each one came with a monthly MACD of green, and you guys can see that's exactly what we have now. And we also have that weekly buy signal, which each bull run correlated with as well. So I do think Bitcoin is on track for the 2024 bull run, and you will see altcoins move once Bitcoin starts to pump a lot higher. Now, let's go ahead and look in the overall market. I just want to show you a couple things going on with SPY and NASDAQ. Also, I appreciate your comments for people trying to tell me about how to manage my position. But please, I don't take advice from people. I manage my own position. That's why I do what I do. I follow my own advice. I appreciate you guys stating how you feel. I know that you might have a long position or whatever the case may be. I base my stuff off of the charts. I don't need your input, and I do appreciate the comments, but I don't need your input on how to manage my position. I will manage my position however I see fit. And again, my videos are not financial advice, so you should not be taking the things that I say and just taking them to the bank. You should be doing your own research as well. I'm holding my sqqq position because I believe a much larger capitulation is in store. I've been right on point with SPY, calling the top at 460, calling the downside in October and September, calling everything, calling that we would hit 35 to 36, hit this white line that I talked about here. I told you guys we'd be bouncing up to this white line here, and that's exactly where we're bounced to, and we're starting to see that SPY is showing resistance here at that white line, getting a doji, which is a topping out signal, and we'll get into all of this here in a second. But guys, I've been spot on with SPY. I seen some comment that even said I was wrong, and how I've been calling every single from this being the bottom, the local bottom, to the top of the 435, to the top of the overall run that we've seen at 460, to everything. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but let's go ahead and move on with the video. I just want to point out a couple things with the overall market. So you can see that the dollar is starting to gain strength again. So the dollar going up is going to put bearish pressure on the market. Okay, so that's just one thing I want to point out for you guys. And then also I want to show you guys some of the data that we have to look forward to come out to. So we have the Fed chair speak. The Fed speaks on Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we have Michigan consumer sentiment. That's at 11. The Fed speaks at 3 on November the 3rd, or Thursday the 9th, and on Wednesday, November the 8th, Fed speaks at 10:15. So just keep that in mind, that we'll see volatility in the market during those time periods. I also wanted to point out real quick in the cryptocurrency market that coins like XRP and XLM are up a lot. XLM is up 11%. And XRP, I believe, is up like 15%. I said early in the stream, I can't seem to find it here right this minute. But for the week, yeah, XLM and XRP have been, XRP is up 24%. XLM's up 11% for the week in the crypto market. Now, as far as sqqq is concerned, it is oversold. You guys can see that we're starting to get the MACD to flip. If this MACD flips green while the RSI is oversold here on the 4-hour time frame, that is a very special buy signal that I use, and when I see it, I always act on it, because when you get these higher time frame signals where you see RSI is underneath 30 and the MACD is flipped green, that is showing you that you have reached that bullish momentum has taken over while you're at the bottom. So I always act on those signals. I don't have a name for it. I don't know if it's already been made or anything like that. But me personally, when I see RSI under 30 and then a green MACD flip, that's a special signal to me, and I always act on it. This is not financial advice. It's just what I do. And if I do see it here, I will be buying. But sqqq, I talked about going back down to 18 bucks. I told everyone that it would go back down to 18 bucks. And that's exactly where we're starting to see the bottom. Basically, you can see that it's making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So what is happening? What's going to happen is a higher high. I heard people saying that I should have sold off and stuff like that. I manage my position accordingly. Please, again, I do not need your guys' advice. Not that it's not valid, and I appreciate any type of feedback I can get. I really do appreciate it. But as far as managing my positions, I don't need advice. This is my career. This is what I do as a profession, and following people is not the way that I have built my success. So what I'm going to do is manage my position accordingly, and keep just being transparent with you guys with what I'm doing. Now, I am averaging in more in my position, especially if I see that buy signal. I definitely will be taking advantage of that, like I said. So if I do see that green MACD flip on the 4-hour time frame while RSI is still under 30, I will be buying some more sqqq, averaging in even more in my position. I told you guys my trading range was between this $16 and this $21 level. So I've been accumulating, and then I will be selling once this gap fill at 24 and 25 is filled. And then there's a higher gap fill, even higher. It's like, hold on, I'll show you. Oops, I went a little too far. It's at 32, and then there's a possible price target of 50. But these are the price targets that I'm going to be selling at, and not before. When I have a trading plan, like these big home run hitter swing trade plans, I follow the plan. The plan is what gets me through these trades. Like the Apple trade, I followed the plan, okay? The Apple trade helped me quit my job. So I follow the plan, and I don't deviate from the plan. And that is how you become a successful trader. Follow the plan. And my plan was to accumulate in the range under $20 and $21 and between $16. And if you look, my average is now at $19. It was at about 17, but I bought a little bit more. I'm going to probably be able to get it down if I can average down at that $18 position. But if you look at an average at about $18, you would see an overall return at the first gap fill of 65%. Oh no, the first gap fill at 30%, and then you would see a 67 to 65% return at the second gap fill. These are just the first gap fills. They're guaranteed to get hit. and anything above that, that's 100%, 130%. And if we go make a lower low on NASDAQ, you're going to see a 280% gain or more. So again, with these home run swing trades, they have to be planned. You have to have conviction, and you have to just either be willing to be really wrong, because you're going to either be really wrong because it's going to go the wrong way on you, or you're going to be really right. Now, the ways that you can determine if you're going to be really, to make sure that you're going to be really right, is have a beautiful setup like this, like a setup like this inverse head and shoulders that we have here on NASDAQ, like the setup of this accumulation range, these higher highs and higher lows. You can see that this is in an overall uptrend. This is a beautiful, beautiful setup. Plus, you have the gap fills to the upside, which is guaranteed to get filled. Gaps get filled 99.9% of the time. You can see that sqqq is in an overall uptrend. I'm holding my sqqq and averaging in my position and managing it, of course, accordingly. Of course, I took some profits up here and re-entered down here. I manage my position accordingly. I do not need anyone's advice, but I do appreciate your guys' feedback, trying to help. But again, I manage my position, my own. This is my career. This is my profession. This is what I do. Now, we are in an overall uptrend again. Like I said, higher highs, higher lows. I do believe that uptrend will continue. You can see that RSI is oversold on these lower time frames, and this is a good time to, in my personal opinion, to be averaging back in if you are looking at this as a possible trade. I do not want to buy anything over $21 because I want to keep my average low. That way, when this gap fill gets filled and then the gap fills above it at 24 and 25 and then so on and so forth get filled, you will make profit. And you can see on NASDAQ, there's multiple gap fills to the downside. These are going to get filled. Guys, this was a short squeeze, and what happens after a short squeeze is a big dump to the downside. NASDAQ is topping out. RSI is overbought. You can see that SPY is overbought. It's starting to form a doji. This rally is over, and it topped out exactly where I said it would. These gaps are going to get filled to the downside, and when we see this thing come back down, it's going to come down fast. So once SPY starts to break below key levels, and I think the key level is going to be at about 429. Once we break below that, you're going to see this thing come down fast, guys. And again, it is starting to top out. You can see the bearish divergence. Like I've been saying, bearish divergences always play out. You can see that price keeps going up and up and up while RSI is trending down. You can see that the MACD is starting to flip red. You can see that the 4-hour MACD is about to flip red. You can see that RSI is overbought. This rally is done, okay? We're about to see downside, and it's about to fill all of these gaps that it made, and it's about to go down rapidly, okay? But you want to wait. You don't want to jump on the short too early because you're going to get wrecked. You can see this doji at the top right here. Dojis are normally located at the end of a trend. This is an uptrend. Right here's a doji. That means there's probably the end of this uptrend. If we go ahead and pop on a few indicators, like the alligator, it's going to show you that momentum is starting to come to the downside. You can see how it's starting to flip. You see how how they were spread far apart, but do you see how they're starting to cross? That's because momentum is ending, okay? You can see how they were spread far apart while the trend was intact. But as soon as things start to lose momentum, you can see that the alligator is starting to get closer together. And again, all of these are indications that the market will be coming down. Hourly MACD red, dollar coming up. VIX is also slowly rising just a little bit. So again, all of these indicators that are saying that I'm going to be right on SPY. VIX also has gap fills to the upside. I'm not worried. You have to have conviction. And I do think SPY will be pulling back. I did predict a red week for SPY, and I do think we'll be seeing a red week of SPY. So far, I think tomorrow we might be able to see a little bit of consolidation. SPY might even be able to surprise us with a quick pop to the upside before a little bit of pullback. But I do think tomorrow is most likely the day we're going to see SPY start to pull back a little bit more. It showed its first sign of weakness today. So tomorrow it should start to capitulate. If not, it's going to be later in the week when the Fed speaks on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's what I'm looking at for SPY in the overall market. Let's go ahead and hop into GME. and show you guys what's going on. So GME has a couple gap fills to the downside, and it's forming a head and shoulders. Right here's your head or shoulder. Right here's your head, and it's forming a second shoulder. This is going to bring us, unfortunately, back down to this $13 level. Building a bottom takes time. I think that GameStop is building a bottom. I am dollar cost averaging in at these positions. And again, building a bottom takes time. So me personally, I'm dollar cost averaging in these positions because I do think GameStop is actually going to be a very, very good trade due to the RSI being very, very low on the higher time frames, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, so on and so forth. So me personally, I'm buying, okay? And I will be selling off once we get to these higher price targets. I believe we're about to break out of the falling wedge that you guys see here on the screen, and that's going to take us to the gap fills of $37 and $39. Also, I believe it's following a Wyckoff accumulation, which would take us back to those ranges, and a macro triple bottom, bottom 1, bottom 2, and bottom number 3. If you go ahead and look at a Wyckoff accumulation, you guys will see that a Wyckoff accumulation has a lower low at the end, which is called the spring. You can see it was 1 bottom, 2 bottom, then the spring. This is what I believe is going on with GameStop. And again, this is multiple types of analysis all adding up. So you can see 1 bottom, 2 bottom, and then you have your spring. So all of these things are saying, hey, this is probably the outcome we're going to have. We're going to get a bounce back to the upside. And then also we have the psychology chart showing 1 bottom, 2 bottom, then a dip down, which is basically a Wyckoff accumulation. The top of this is basically a Wyckoff distribution, and then the bottom of this is basically a Wyckoff accumulation. Like, that's what this chart basically is. But like the top right here is a Wyckoff distribution, and then this is accumulation, and then like these are just rallies. But this is 1 bottom, 2 bottom, and then a lower low, and a slow bleed out to a capitulation. Look, 1 bottom, 2 bottom, slow bleed out to a capitulation. I think we're about to leave the depression phase for GameStop and move into the hope phase, or the disbelief phase, hope phase, and have another euphoria rally, taking us to higher highs like the overall macro says, with the falling wedge, because a falling wedge is a bullish continuation pattern, and a bullish continuation pattern says we're going to have a higher high. You have your uptrend, your falling wedge, your uptrend. You have your uptrend, your falling wedge, and then your uptrend. So that's what I'm looking at for GameStop. As far as the short term is concerned, you want to watch out for this potential head and shoulders, taking us back down to about $12.95. Tomorrow we do have these gap fills down here at like $13, so we'll probably see it move down to $13. If it can hold above $13.50, then we could potentially see a push up, but it looks like it is forming this head and shoulders, unfortunately. So we will be looking for that tomorrow. RSI is getting pretty close to oversold. It's not oversold yet. So again, that's leaving a little bit more room for downside, which is probably saying, hey, this head and shoulders is most likely going to play out. And if I go ahead and pop on the alligator and just go to the lower time frames, you can see that this downtrend has a lot of momentum still. So that's also more indication that we're going to see GameStop come back down to about $19.95 or $12.95. So that's what I'm looking at for GameStop. It probably is going to be moving down before getting a bounce later in the week. Now let's go ahead and look at AMC and what's going on for AMC. AMC still has the alligator on top on the hourly time frame. On the 2-hour time frame, this trend still looks like it has a lot of momentum. On the 4-hour time frame, this trend still looks like it has a lot of momentum. We have green MACD on the 4-hour time frame. We also are forming a massive cup and handle. Okay, this cup and handle is huge. This is all the way from the bottom, then this. Okay, this is crazy, guys. If we break above $11 and we'll say $11.15 to $11.25, if we break above that and use it as support, okay? So if we break above and use that as support, so we need to break above it and use it as support, you are going to see AMC take off. It's definitely going to go fill this gap and then possibly even this gap with the breakout of this massive cup and handle. This cup and handle definitely could have a breakout. It's definitely going to fill the first gap, but it could go all the way up to the second gap at $20. So this is looking great for AMC. I'm very excited that this is happening, guys. Also, I do have this fractal here, which it is starting to look like it might even be playing out. You guys can see how it has that rounded bottom. Then it pushes up, kind of has another, like this cup and handle shape. Then that causes a breakout. And that's exactly what would happen here. Then we would probably get a bull flag if we were following this fractal, and then another push up, which might be the push up to go fill this gap. So hey, this might be playing out, guys. But I do know we are going to be going to fill the gap at $40. It's just going to take time. But this fractal that we have here might be playing out. Let's just continue to track it. But it is something to keep in mind. But right now we do know we have this cup and handle. This cup and handle is going to give us a breakout to at least fill the gap fill at $11 to $13. And then possibly even the gap fill at all the way at like this 20, this 13 to $20. Wait, it's at 13 to 22. Wait, we have a gap fill at let me go back to Weeble. I'm sorry, guys. So, but it's gonna definitely take us to our first gap fill at $11 to $12, and then possibly even the gap fill from like 19 to 20 or $16 to $20. So that is what I'm looking at for AMC. That would be a, let's see how much of a gain it would be. About a 50 to 60% gain. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. Good money, good money. You can also see the alligator here on the daily time frame is just flip bullish, guys. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. AMC is looking very, very bullish. Daily, also daily buy signal. Yeah, guys, this is getting really, 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 really serious, like with the bullishness that we're getting here. So we're about to see a lot of green days for AMC. I'm going to look at the moving averages real quick if I can find them. But yeah, we are looking bullish, guys. Bullish for AMC. Super trend buy signal on the daily, and the alligator just flipped bullish on the daily. That's wild, y'all. Why can't I find the moving averages? MA. I can't see it. Right there. Yeah, we're still way above the 50. Yeah, she's going to come up for this test of the 200. And the 200's at $34 right now. So, guys, everything's looking good for AMC. As far as tomorrow, you want to look for the key levels of $11 to be held as support. If we can hold $11 as support, you're going to see a nice pop to the upside. Support to the downside, we have $10.85. We have $10.75. We do want to hold those. We want to try to hold $11 as support. Probably pre-market is what we'll see. I'll show you guys. It's probably be like flat. Pre-market. And then we'll tune in tomorrow for the live stream where I will be doing more predictions and more updates. I will be doing more predictions and more updates tomorrow during the live stream. YouTube gave me a strike today, but you guys made a lot of noise. You made sure you added Twitter on YouTube. You made sure you added Twitter on here, and that really helped out. And also, I appealed it, so I appreciate you guys' support. As always, this is brought to you by the DataZero family. Your donations, your memberships, all of these things are what make this possible because YouTube ad revenue is not enough. I do need you guys to start moving over to Rumble. I post my daily videos there every day. I'm going to start streaming there as well. Please move over to Rumble because I need the audience there because life is not free. YouTube is the only thing paying me right now enough that it's even worth my time doing this because if not, I need to focus on just trading and I wouldn't be able to do the live streams and stuff like that because not being able to focus on trading 24/7 makes me make less money. Now I'm at the point now where I'm able to look at the charts and get the technical analysis done very fast, and I'm fortunate for that because I'm able to do the YouTube. But at the same time, if I were to able just not do the live stream and just trade all day, it would be a totally different story. And I'm not saying complaining or anything about that. I'm just saying I have to be where the money's at. And right now, YouTube's paying me a lot more than Rumble because this is where I have 9,000 for followers and I only have like 200 on Rumble. So again, please follow me on Rumble. The links are down in the description. They're down in the comment section. Follow me on Rumble. Watch the videos on Rumble. And I appreciate you guys. As always, man, have fun. Stay safe. Make money. And I appreciate you guys. You are the best community. Really, you are. Thanks for helping me out. I hope my video was informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. And as always, have fun. Stay safe. Make money. Peace out. Alright, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. You can pay by PayPal or Cash App. The Discord is where I drop all of my buy and sell signals plus exclusive technical analysis that you will not see on YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, hit me up. The Discord is also a way I can communicate you. Like if something happened like today, I was able to communicate with the Discord, even possibly go live if this lasted any longer. So again, you might want to get in the Discord. It's also exclusive community. If you want to get in, hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5. It's linked down in the description below. Also follow my backup channel on Rumble. The Rumble is the backup plan. Please follow me over there so I can start doing more things over there, producing more content over there, and helping out. So I truly appreciate everyone who watched the end of this video to see this message. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.